So the IPL is almost at its ending stage, and my sister actually started watching cricket this year, and she saw the IPL, and she would often ask me the last week or so, what would we do after the IPL ends? And I told her, hey, India is going to play Australia, so yeah, that'll be interesting too. But I think it just hit me that India is going to play again when I saw the team being announced yesterday. Because it's been a long time, right? I think the last we saw India play was in against New Zealand in New Zealand. Of course, South Africa had come down to India, but we couldn't really play the games because I think the first game got washed out, and then of course COVID-19 happened. So the fact that India is playing in, that's why I have my Kohli T-shirt on, because every time the IPL happens, I'm pretty torn because I have so much love for Kohli, but I don't want him to win the cup. I want Mumbai Indians to. So whenever Kohli is playing, I'm a little torn in, oh, okay, I want him to score a 50 or maybe 100, but don't win, especially if he's playing against Mumbai Indians. And other teams too, I think the fact that RCB or Kohli is such an amazing cricketer means that if he keeps winning, he's going to eventually win the cup. So yeah, it's pretty conflicting in my head. But with India playing again, it's quite interesting, quite exciting. Those feelings of supporting the blue, you know, that's been part of my life since I was 4 or 5, I think. And to think that for last 5 6 months we couldn't do it because of the circumstances, and that returning is amazing. Uh, Beyond a personal point of view, I think the selection this time is just so much more concrete and not just random people uh, who are who have one of good performances. I think consistent performances have been credited this time. Opportunities capitalized have been credited. We see Hanuma Vihari, of course, Cheteshwar Pujara is probably the best test batsman that we have. Um, Maybe even slightly better than Kohli in just the temperament that he has to wear down bowlers, the bowling lineups. To see even the white ball teams, Shreyas Iyer, Manish Pandey, very interesting, consistent, like I said, consistent selections, and of course a couple of new names making the team. I think Navdeep Saini breaking into all the three squads is such a good uh, event for every rising fast bowler to see that if you can create impact, you will get the opportunities. I think there was a period of time where we were just sticking to the players that we had, and irrespective of their form, we would just stick with it. We wouldn't really change the team too much. We've been slightly inflexible. I wouldn't say not flexible at all, but slightly inflexible. But I think this is showing a lot of courage in the selectors to believe in the youngsters and to give them opportunity. And I think the best selection of the entire squad, I think, is Varun Chakravarthy. The fact that we recognize that there is a mystery spinner, though he's just been, you know, 2 years into the circuits, and his rise has been phenomenal. But the fact that he's got skill sets that are very unique and can potentially be a trump card, especially with T20 World Cup coming up very soon. And of course, another one after that, the next year. I think that's an excellent decision to groom these talents instead of them just being diamonds in the rough who show up in the IPL. I think that's just amazing for the cricket arena in all of India. And of course, even people like Rishabh Pant who got a lot of opportunities because they did not capitalize. They, it's they aren't given that long rope. to think that, oh, okay, once you're in, you can just sustain. No, you need to continuously sustain, continuously show results, show performances to show that you belong at the highest level for the Indian cricket team. And I think uh, Rishabh Pant is definitely going to go back in the domestic, score a lot of runs. Of course, he's part of the test side because he's done well in the test side. I think it's excellent selection, and I'm hoping, I'm confident that we for sure will do exceptionally well in this series against Australia. Of course, Australia is a big side. Uh, we beat them last year for the first time in Test matches, but of course they didn't have Steve Smith and David Warner. So I think a full strength Australia against a full strength Indian team. Of course, Australia is number one in Test now. They took that number one spot from me. So it's an opportunity for us to claim that back and also to show them that, hey, we can win even. We didn't just win because two of your main players were not around. So definitely very exciting. This December, January, I think November is when the white ball games are going to be. But on the whole, I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting, hard-fought battles, and hopefully all of these Indian youngsters who've been given opportunities will capitalize. Of course, KL Rahul's been made vice captain of India. Of course, Rohit, unfortunate for Rohit Sharma that he's injured, and they're monitoring his health to try and include him in the squads. But I think amazing for KL Rahul. I mean, to think that this guy was carrying drinks for one whole year because we just we didn't have a slot for him because Shikhar and Rohit were Shikhar and Rohit. But I think he's eclipsed them in consistency for sure, and with the elegance with which he bats, and now of course he's added the wicket keeping skill set to him. So very promising for the future of Indian cricket, and hopefully we resume Indian cricket with three series wins. Can't wait to wait and watch.